everyone out there in YouTube, and welcome to episode 52 of my Doctor Who action figure reviews. In today's review, we are taking another delve into the 3 3/4 inch range and taking a look at the released Dalek Patrol Ship and Dalek Pilot set. Now, this set is very, very special as it is the first vehicle we have seen in the 3 3/4 inch range. And like I said in my previous 3 3/4 inch review, I think the Daleks have been the best figures that have come out of that smaller scale, and this patrol ship looks very, very nice. So, to start with, I'm going to be taking a look at the Dalek Pilot, as there isn't that much to say about that figure. The articulation on the Dalek is your standard Dalek articulation across all scales. The head can do a 360. Again, it is very, very stiff, like with the Dalek Invasion of Earth set. The eye stalk moves up and down, but this one seems to want to stay down for some reason. And the plunger and gun are on ball joints as well. So, and of course it's on 3 wheels, and that's pretty much it in terms of articulation. Detail-wise, this Dalek is very, very nice, as this isn't just your standard bronze Dalek. What character options have done with this is taken the colour scheme of the Saucer Pilot from Dalek Invasion of Earth, which was an incomplete paint job of the Dalek Supreme Controller, and applied that paint scheme to a bronze Dalek. Now, this isn't like other bronze Daleks released in the 3 3/4 inch range so far. The bronze is a lot darker, and as you can see, we have these black bands of paint going across the Dalek's skirt in certain sections, and this is to emulate the Saucer Pilot, as I just mentioned. And of course, as you can see, the dome is also black. Now, the Daleks seen on Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor piloting these are generally standard bronze Daleks. However, upon closer inspection, there are some Daleks with black domes. So it's nice that character options decided to go with a bit of a variant for the Dalek. Now, as you can see, the patrol ship is very, very large, even in this position. This vehicle is essentially the size of a 5-inch scale TARDIS, but a bit wider. But the scale on it is very, very impressive, and it does make this ship look very, very good. Now, one thing to note about the Dalek Patrol ship, before I go to talk on about articulation and details and things, is this does not fully represent what is seen in Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor, because the Dalek Patrol ships seen on screen are larger, have more panels like this, and can hold 3 Daleks. So, to start with, let's have a look at the articulation of this patrol ship. The head or dome of the patrol ship can do a full 360, if I just move it away from the backdrop. And as you can see, you can do a full 360 like a Dalek head, and the gun is also posable as well and can move up and down like an eye stalk. The gun also features a button on this side which fires out the little exterminator ray blast. And you just press that button and out flies the little blast here. Moving to the midsection, the panels here are removable. These just simply pop out and are held in place by these big black arms, as you can see, and these all come off like so. Now, these are quite flimsy when attached, because some of them don't fit as well snugly as others on these ball arms. Articulation-wise, these just clip on like that, very, very simply, and there's one at the back, too, and then all you have to do is place that one, and there you have a fully armoured patrol ship. The useful feature of this is it allows you to simulate some damage during, if you like to pretend you're in battles or during the Time War or something, and you can just take a bit off and then simulate damage like so. And the other articulation with these panels is that these panels can also be turned around full 360 or a 180, and you can have these panels protect the head dome of the patrol ship and slot your Dalek in, which I'll get onto later. At the bottom of the patrol ship here, you can see there are 3 more panels around the base of the ship, and although these look like they are static, these have some movability. Now, at first, I just thought these were held in place quite loose. However, what the manual doesn't tell you, and what character options certainly don't tell you, is that these are actually articulated. Now, this is very, very tricky, and you may have to remove some panels to do this, but essentially, if you pull on these panels and twist, like so. They do twist in certain directions, so be mindful of that. And just twist them all around like so. And then the final one, you have the Dalek patrol ship in flight mode. Now, I don't know whether this is how it's meant to be. As you can see, it does make the figure a lot taller, but this feature isn't even mentioned in the manual, and yet it's possible to do. Now, like I just said, I think this is to simulate flight mode, so you can have the ship standing up like so while they're flying around, or maybe this is the landing mode, as when the panels are on the reverse, this is shorter and looks like it could be landed, it's on the ground, but this is more of a flying pose. So you can fly the ship around like so, like that, with the panels like this, and if you just flip some of the panels up like that, you could say that it is a flight mode of the patrol ship. Now, why character options don't mention this feature, I have not got a clue. In terms of the details, the patrol ship is a mixture of the standard bronze of the Daleks and silver. As you can see here, we have these hexagonal panels with the Dalek bumps located on the panels. There's 4 on these lower panels, as you can see, all the way around. And we also have some lines going around them as well. The base of the actual ship, which the Dalek sits on top of, is rigid, like so, and is completely bronze with these circular panels. Some of them are obviously screw holes to cover up the screws, and we have some little ridges there, which are to hold the Dalek in place, which I shall show in a moment. Moving further up, we have a set of controls held together with these silver pipes and rails, and the control panel in center. If I turn this around, you can see the buttons and switches there, like so. A few switches and a larger switch for the Dalek plunger to use. If you look at the silver beams, we have these nice little black detailings on them as well. And what I do particularly like about these beams is how they make use of the screws and put them as part of the sculpt. As you can see, they are hidden in these little holes here, but that makes it look like it's actually part of the figure rather than screws. So that's a very nice way to cover that up. Again, we have similar panels to the ones at the bottom, these having 8 Dalek bumps on them rather than the normal 4, and these are in a longer hexagonal shape, and these again have the line going between the hemispheres and are painted in the standard bronze as well. And then going to the head, you have the little black section here, 3-row black section here, painted in a matte black. You have the head dome section with these little segmented sections here with black and bronze, kind of similar to the Emperor Dalek seen in Parting of the Ways. And then you, of course, have the gun, which has a tube at the bottom attached to the silver bit with all these nice little rivets and bolts and ridges as well. And what I do particularly like about this gun is how it emulates the Dalek gun itself, with these little pipes going down the barrel of the gun, with this midsection here, which is a nice thick silver piece, and these 2 sticking up prongs at the top. And then on the top of the head, if I just lift the camera up a bit more, you have some bolts on the top of the head of the dome, and these little panels here as well, similar to a Dalek head dome. And just to demonstrate, in order to fit your Dalek inside, you simply pull off the back panel like so, and then place the Dalek in so that the wheels here align with the sections on the floor of the ship. Now, this Dalek doesn't like to stay in place very much if you move him, so do bear that in mind if you play with this toy or anything, that he may just fly out. You might want to blue tack him down or something, and then just slip your panel back on and then turn it round, and there you go. You have a Dalek Pilot in the Dalek patrol ship, and if you do action figure adventures like Batman March does, you can use this patrol ship and fly it about with this Dalek, activating all the controls, exterminating Time Lords or whatever you like. My final thoughts for this patrol ship is, by the patrol ship. I think that this set is very, very nice. You get a variant of Dalek which hasn't been seen before in the new series range, and certainly not the 3 3/4 inch range. And of course the Daleks look very, very good in the smaller scale, like I previously mentioned in my Dalek Invasion of Earth set. And the patrol ship is very, very nice as well, although not quite the same as the one seen on screen. This is a very nice compromise on the design, and is a very, very nice vehicle to be added to the line, as we haven't seen many vehicles in either scale of Doctor Who figures. Maybe we'll see more in the future. I know that we're definitely going to be seeing this patrol ship again, which is the only thing I will warn you about now. If you are aware of the security patrol ship, which is essentially the same, albeit in black and silver and with a new variant of Dalek, then you may want to pass on this set if this isn't particularly to your liking. Or if you prefer the other one for its colour scheme or whatever. But if you're like me, you'll want to get both, so definitely try and track this down and buy it, as this is a very, very nice set. So thank you for watching this review, guys. My next review will be another 3 3/4 inch figure, and this will be the Skovox Blitzer that was recently released from the 12th Doctor story, The Caretaker. So, thank you for watching this review, guys, and I shall see you in my next Doctor Who action figure review.